And I'm back with another battle video. So my last battle was a plasma deck, but as you, those of you that saw it, pretty much it was just to show how awesome the first turn was. It wasn't really a close game by any means. This game's a little bit better, although the start is very similar. Lots of Pokemon in my opening hand. But none of the cool stuff that I had before, you know, the whole Juniper, Rainbow Energy, Thunderous, Knockout, turn one, yeah. Now I have a bike, and I'm kind of glad I'm going first so that I don't have to worry about the pressure of attacking on this turn. The bike didn't get me a supporter either, so we're just going to have to pass on this one. I was able to get a few cards out of the deck, so the chance of me pulling a supporter on my next turn is a little better. I see him discard a Fairy Energy with that Ultra Ball, so it looks like we're seeing a Fairies deck. With Keldeo to get out of poison, and Terrakion is definitely going to take care of that Thunderous. Terrakion's also going to take care of any Darkrai or anything like that, so definitely a good addition. He probably wasn't crazy about starting with it, but with Keldeo on the field, it doesn't make too much of a difference. He's able to get a Spritzy out. Aromatisse is what moves the energy around. And he Ultra Balls for Mime, so that actually really hurts. Kyurem, especially this build, is heavily focused on Kyurem, on spreading damage to the deck. I really don't care about putting damage on Keldeo, because it's Keldeo, it's just going to run back and hide again. So I attach the Muscle Band, and why not? Go ahead and use the Laser. Hope it falls asleep and stays asleep. And hey, it fell asleep. And I will be able to do 70 damage, I think, with it, with a Muscle Band and 2 Deoxys. Can't hit the bench. Still don't have any idea why the game even, it tells, like, you have to pick a Pokemon to hit before it tells you, oh, sorry, you can't do that with Mr. Mime. Let's see, he's going to, looks like he Junipered a Xerneas EX and something else. Megaphone's the Muscle Band off, so that kind of sucks, because I believe I would have taken him out next turn. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, not quite. I still would have had another Deoxys. My hand is still dead, not drawing into anything. And we get that Fairy Garden out, and he puts up the Yveltal. So this is interesting. He's going to go ahead and do 100 to this Kyurem. And, well, it looks like I don't have any choice but to just Frost Spear him back. There's no point of attaching the Plasma, because I want to keep, I'll be discarding that and whatever else I draw next turn for the Dowsing Machine, for the bike, to hopefully get my hand up to something. And despite 3 turns of just dead drawing and not playing a supporter, he decides to end me. And that's what puts me back into this game. Because that Thunderous on the bench, I've already softened up the Yveltal a little bit, and that Thunderous is going to be able to take a knockout next turn. Sorry about that, my phone's going off in the background. He takes out the Kyurem, and it looks kind of bad on my side. I have no energy on the field, but just he gave me a hand. He put me back in this. So I'm going to go ahead and bench that Deoxys and the Kyurem. I'm going to go ahead and attach the Rainbow to that Thunderous, so we will be taking a knockout this turn. I think I'm doing 60 times 2 weakness for the Lightning is 120, plus the 50 that's already on him. We're right at 170, so I was trying to figure out if I needed to Skyla for a Muscle Band. Didn't need to. Before I benched that Kyurem, I also considered whether I would need to Skyla for a Plasma Ball for the 4th Deoxys, but don't need to do that either. And we're going to go ahead and just Skyla for a Colress Machine to get a little more energy onto the field. Go ahead and Bite for 2, because why not? Don't need to use the Dowsing right now. I can go ahead and wait until next turn to see where I really need it, because I have a feeling I'm about to be hit by this Terrakion. So I was able to take the knockout on Yveltal, which gets me back into this game, but we have that Terrakion on the bench who only needs 1 energy to be able to knock me out with Retaliate. Since I am weak to fighting. But if he doesn't end me, I have a really good hand where I can pretty much just come back from anything. Unfortunately, he ends me, so we're going to just hope I don't dead draw. And okay, this is workable. I'll have the rainbow energy for the blizzard burn to knock out that Terrakion. Biggest thing against the Fairies deck is one-shotting things. Because of that, this deck runs max potion, so if you leave damage on it, it's not going to stay there. Now, the reason why he didn't max potion off the Terrakion is because I'm going to be one-shotting him anyways. Blizzard Burn with the now 4 Deoxys is doing 160. With the Muscle Band, I can be hitting 180. I don't know if I want to attach that Muscle Band yet or not. If he runs another Megaphone, it's just going to be a waste, and I prefer to wait and use it to when I know that I'm actually facing an EX attacker. So now I go ahead and take that Terrakion out, and we're tied back up with prizes at 3-3. And he doesn't have another end, so I'm going to keep that Lysander in my hand, and I am looking at that Keldeo for next turn. I'm going to be able to Lysander up the EX, take a knockout. If I wanted to, I could probably take out the Mr. Mime so I can snipe again. But right now, with only 3 prizes left, I think... Oh, and he makes it even better. He benches the Xerneas EX, so that's going to be my a bigger target. I've got the double switch in hand, so I'm going to be able to Blizzard Burn back-to-back. Blizzard Burn's effect says that you cannot attack after you use that, the Blizzard Burn, which is why we run Switch. I'm going to go ahead and attach that Kyurem on the bench, though, just to get it ready. And, yeah, we'll go ahead, and I think the only thing I'm considering here is whether I want to take out a Mr. Mime to be able to snipe, whether I want to take out the Keldeo so he can't rush in, retreat anymore. But I think the Xerneas is more of a threat as far as an attacker goes. Now, he doesn't have any energy on the field, but I'm just not taking any chances. We're just going to Blizzard Burn, take the knockout. If he ends me to 1 right now, I think I'll still be okay. I don't think there's any way he can take out this Kyurem this turn. He will be stuck in the active position right now. I'll have to manually retreat him back to the Kyurem and just do some Frost Spearing. Then again, I do have Skyla for the Switch. So, oh, and we see Lysander. He's going to stall for a little bit, bring up Deoxys. But unfortunately, what he doesn't realize is that he just gave me the game with that. Because I have the Skyla in hand, we're just going to go grab a Switch or a Dowsing Machine for a Switch. We're going to be able to switch right back into that Kyurem, because when he captured or Lysandered the Kyurem up, he reset Blizzard Burn. As soon as it touches the bench, all effects of it go off, so I can attack with it again, and I'm set. So looking for the Switch, there's a Switch, don't even have to use my Dowsing. But unless I miss some math, I'm taking the game on this turn. And he doesn't quite let me take the game. So there we go. That would have been my last prize before he conceded. Better game. I think if he hadn't ended me there in the beginning, this would have been much, much closer. But still a fun game. And hope everyone enjoyed watching. Stay tuned for more.